We're here with the Elders Stand for Fair Elections, a national volunteer group that's working hard to increase safe and successful participation in this next election. We're talking today with Maxine Lobel, who heads up their Florida chapter, and Reverend Candance Thomas from Miami's Christ Congregational United Church of Christ, one of the many faith-based groups the team is working with. I want to ask you first, Reverend Thomas, about Florida's voting problems. Why do you think more voters don't participate?
It's hard to tell. I mean, I have no inside knowledge like anyone else. What I see that as much as I hear people saying, well, I don't like either potential candidate, so I'm not going to vote. And that just drives me crazy. I grew up at a time when it was the norm to go vote. I remember standing at the line at the polls with my parents when I was a little girl, and it was just what everyone did. I don't know if it's as much in the mainstream as it used to be.
What would you say to that person to try to convince them that it is their duty?
Well, I talked to them about events in our country today. How do you feel about this? How do you feel about that? Well, do you realize that this candidate's position on this is this? And do you realize that if you do nothing, that it's a vote? You can't opt out if you live here and you want to be a responsible person. It's giving up your right to have a voice and a say in this. So my daughter's boyfriend, who has a PhD in psychology, is one of these people that, and I can't equate it with being educated. It's a headset that puzzles me, I guess.
Everybody always says it's important to vote. Everybody always says this is the most important election. But why is this different?
Well, I think you only have to have lived these last 3 years in our country to see what the different things that have gone on, to know that it's not good, that there's, I don't want to get into being, partisan here, but things are not good. The things that are going on with immigration are so many people being hurt. We're not in a level playing field, and we don't seem to be following the letter of the law as we should be.
Is the problem that we're too polarized?
No, I think the problem is that there's fear, and that the fears that people have are being played on, and people are being used and manipulated by their fear. And that's a pattern that isn't new. It's the us and them mentality. They really aren't fully human. They really aren't like us. And so let's feel better about ourselves because we're better than somebody else. A lot of us in the United States, we just won the lottery on being born to the families we did and the country that we did, not for anything that we've done. And rather than want to keep it all for ourselves, a lot of people haven't learned the joy that comes from generosity and sharing. They think they're winning, but they're losing.
What would you say the main messages that you're disseminating?
Well, A, vote, and B, contact your relatives, your friends, your neighbors, and encourage them to vote. We need to use all the rights that we have. It's the use it or lose it principle. It's a right and a responsibility, and it's a gift that we have in our country that not everybody has. Just do it.
Thank you very much for your time. It's been very inspiring. I have a lot more questions, but we're going to have to get to them in another segment. Good luck to you both, and keep up the good work.
The only thing I'd like to say, that the name of the church that I serve is Christ Congregational United Church of Christ. And we are part of the United Church of Christ, and I'd invite you to come to our websites and come to check us out on a Sunday morning, 10:30 on Facebook.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you both. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
To find out how you can help, go to eldersaction.org/fair-elections. This project is part of the national nonprofit Elders Action Network.